Welcome everyone. I'm your lead analyst from HDIN Research. Today we're looking at the two titans of the car world, General Motors and Tesla. Think of this as a heavyweight boxing match. But one fighter is carrying a massive internal combustion engine, and the other is trying to upload its brain to the cloud. It's 2026, and the rules of the game just got deleted and reinstalled. If you only have 30 seconds, here's the too long, didn't read. GM is basically moving back in with its parents, realizing that old-school gas trucks are the only things paying the bills right now. Meanwhile, Tesla has stopped pretending to be just a car company. They're spending money like a drunken sailor on AI. Why? Because selling hardware is getting harder than finding a charging station in the desert. Section 1. The Big Picture. Or as I like to call it, why everyone's plans from 2020 are currently in the shredder. In 2025, we hit a wall. EVs are great, but the honeymoon phase is over. Why? Because the range anxiety is real, and interest rates are so high that buying a new SUV feels like taking out a second mortgage. ICE vehicles, those gas-guzzling dinosaurs, are actually the only reason these companies aren't bankrupt yet. For GM, a single truck is basically a money-printing machine. Then came the OBBBA, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Sounds lovely, right? Wrong. It basically snatched the $7,500 discount coupon away from EV buyers. Imagine walking into a store and the price of everything jumps by 15% at the checkout. That's what happened to EVs. It's a policy earthquake, and everyone's still looking for their shoes. So here is the billion-dollar question. When the government stops paying people to buy your product and the tech isn't quite ready to drive itself yet, how do you keep the lights on without losing your soul or your investors? The answers couldn't be more different. GM is practicing strategic prudence, which is corporate speak for, let's build more V8 engines because they actually make us money. Tesla is going AI aggression. They're betting the entire house on a robot that can drive you home while it folds your laundry. One is playing chess, the other is playing Cyberpunk 2077. Section 2. The Benchmarking. Let's see who's actually winning the playground fight. Tesla is the kid who built a rocket ship for a science fair project, but GM is the kid who actually owns the school bus fleet. Tesla wins on cool tech, but GM has 50 factories in the US alone. Scaling a car company is hard. It's not like updating an app. It involves actual steel, actual sweat, and actual logistics nightmares. Look at the numbers. GM still owns the American driveway with a 17% share. Tesla owns the EV conversation with 18% globally. But notice the China slice? It's getting smaller. The local competition there is so fierce, it makes a Shark Tank look like a petting zoo. Section 3. General Motors. Let's look under the hood of the General. This waterfall chart shows how profitable the business is. Or, in plain English, how much cash is actually left in the register. GM took a $7.9 billion hit to write off their EV dreams. That's like buying 3 international space stations and then realizing you left the stove on at home. Luckily, their gas trucks made so much money they could afford the mistake. GM's new plan? Super Cruise and V8 engines. They're essentially saying, we'll give you a truck that can almost drive itself, but it's still gonna roar like a beast. It's a bridge strategy. They aren't abandoning the future. They're just taking a more comfortable bus to get there. Section 4. Tesla. The company that treats a car like a smartphone on wheels. Tesla's energy storage business is the dark horse here. While everyone was looking at the cars, their quote big batteries for buildings business grew 27%. It's officially a quote. It's more profitable than the cars because you don't have to worry about paint quality or leather seats. Tesla is planning to spend $20 billion on AI in 2026. To put that in perspective, that's enough to buy a fleet of private jets for every person in this room. They aren't building more car factories. They're building a giant brain called Cortex. If it works, they win. If it doesn't, well, that's a very expensive brain drain. Section 5. The Future. Or, as the lawyers call it, all the ways we could still lose money. The race for autonomy is a split path. Tesla wants to turn your existing car into a robotaxi by June. GM wants to put cruise tech into a Chevy you can actually buy in 2026. One is a sharing economy dream. The other is personal luxury. Place your bets. Tariffs, battery costs, and policy changes. The survival guide for 2026 is simple. If you can't make your batteries in America, you're in trouble. GM is building plants with LG, Tesla is building their own lithium refinery. They're both trying to become their own utility companies. The final verdict? GM is the defensive play. Solid, reliable, and fueled by gas profits. Tesla is the high-stakes gamble on AI. The winner? It depends on whether the world wants a better car or a robot that happens to have wheels. In 2026, boring might actually be the new sexy for investors. That's all from me. If you want the full 300-page report, the kind that makes for great late-night reading, email us at sales@hdinresearch.com. Or just find me at the bar later. Thanks for listening.